What's up everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're doing a very special react video for the dinosaur team up, Dino Charge, Mighty Morphin, whatever, you'll watch it, Dino Thunder, with Beast Morphers. It's an amazing two-parter, so without further ado, let's go. All right, right now I'm not in the episode, so no one cares. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, right now they're looking for Ryjack. Ryjack is not an enemy from Dino Charge, so if you haven't gotten caught up with Beast Morphers, you may be confused, like me, because I'm still behind on Beast Morphers, so. Okay, so they found Ryjack's ship. He seems to be an enemy in Beast Morphers, so if you're caught up, you know who he is better than I do. Zoe's supposed to wait for backup, and she's ignoring it, you know, because why not? Do your thing. And she set off an alert. And now the ship's gonna blow up. So I don't think that's the best way if you have an intruder alert, personally. Like, if I had a security camera or system at my house and it sensed an intruder, I wouldn't want it to blow up my house. But, you know, to each their own. I mean, that was his security protocol, just to blow everything up. Maybe it was only supposed to happen if he wasn't able to get back to his stuff. So if you've been enjoying the react videos, just know that we cannot monetize them because YouTube has hit them with copyright strikes, even though they're technically commentary. But until they decide to waive that, we just post these and they're fun to do. But if you enjoy them and you want to help support us as creators, then please think about joining the Patreon. Even $1 helps, so we can keep making awesome content for you guys. All right, so the Rangers and the villains are both after Ryjack's collection of weapons, it seems. Oh, Reanimizer. There's a plot twist, so you can bring bad guys back to life, it seems. All right, so Zoe's knocked out at the moment, as you can see, but she's waking up because Rangers do not stay down. There's two villains, but they don't see her. So, Roxy and Blaze. Oh look, it's Snide again, but we don't have a heckle, so he's not as cool. It's very interesting that they bring villains back in the ways they come up plot-wise to bring it back. I mean, in the comic books for like Marvel and DC Comics, I was gonna say DC Talk, that's a band. DC Comics, they bring back good guys and bad guys all the time through time travel or magic or something happens, and so Rangers does the same thing. It's not the intruder, let's keep her. See, if she didn't fall asleep in Ranger history class, she would know that's Keeper. I'm making that up. I don't know if she fell asleep or not, but it is Keeper. Okay, that collar, like Ryjack just said, makes you do whatever he asks you to do. So it's like a mind control collar, and Zoe decided to throw it on Keeper. I mean, I guess that's fair if you don't know if it's a bad guy, but she should have taken it off immediately. So this episode, or these episodes, have already aired in Australia at this point. So a lot of the world has already seen them via the internet, because even if you don't live in Australia, the internet lets you see things anyway. So I don't understand why Nickelodeon doesn't air it first or at the same time, or what the rule is with that. It would make more sense to me, I think, but whatever. I mean, it's gonna air soon, so that's why I'm doing this review, because I had to wait for it to air in America before I wanted to do the react video. I don't know if I had to, but I thought it was safer to do it that way. Oh, Keeper got kidnapped. Go team. I am sweating because it is very hot in the room I am filming in, because there's no air conditioning and it's like 100 degrees outside. Fan, thank you. If I had long hair, it'd be blowing majestically, but I don't, so it's not. So I've read the scripts for these, even the parts I'm not in, obviously. When I went to New Zealand and we did the team up, we did a table read, so we all were on the same page with what was happening for the 2 episodes of the team up. I was gonna say crossover and team up at the same time. It almost came out team over. That doesn't make sense. But yeah. So I believe this is Japanese footage right now from the name Go Buster movie, because it's Go Buster and Kyoryuger. That's technically the movie it is in the Super Sentai footage, or Go Buster, and then they team up with the dinosaur-themed Sentais. That'd be a fun stunt to do. So again, usually with this, there's a trampoline that they're jumping and they're filming from below. Oh, a portal. I wonder who's gonna jump through it. Oh, look at us. So shiny. Okay, so obviously this is dubbed, so we actually didn't do the voice recording for this until we came back to America months later after filming this. And then we watched bits of it where we were in suit, and then did the dub of our Rangers. Love that line. It's about to get wild! Yep, love it. Oh look, there's putties now, and the other bad guys I forgot the names of. So, I mean, the thing on Rangers, you have a wardrobe department who fixes the suits constantly, because if you notice, they would get damaged a lot. Like if you did all this in your own personal cosplay, you would mess them up after a while. But they're constantly getting fixed up. See, that collar, Ryjack, when he made it, you would think he would make it to only recognize his voice, because couldn't the Rangers just like have a shouting match on who Keeper listens to, and he'll have to listen to whoever says the words, because they're not actually saying why he's listening to them, even though Zoe threw the collar on. I don't know. Just pointing it out. It was really cool going back to New Zealand, by the way. I love that country, and it just felt like stepping back into an old pair of shoes or something, you know, like playing Tyler is more similar to my personality than other characters I've played. So it's different. I don't know. Like I've played, like when I played on American Horror Story, you know, I'm not this hip skateboarder normally in my everyday life, but I am more adventurous and I like, you know, Power Rangers growing up and things like that. So it's just like, I don't know. It just has a special place in my heart. So here's a bunch of weapons. You can see Lord Zed's staff. There's Fury's sword. Nice hair, Red Ranger. Nice hat, Black Ranger. The bracelet I'm wearing in this episode is actually my original bracelet from the show in Dino Charge. When I went back to New Zealand, they gave me another one to use, but it was a lower quality one versus the one I had, and I brought my own back just in case, and good thing, and they let me wear it. And my the band on the bracelet was actually damaged just from wear and tear, because they let me keep it after Dino Charge. So they fixed it for me, so I got a new band, put on my original little silver piece that it connects to, and it just helped me. I don't know, like some actors find that once they're in wardrobe, they can connect to the character more. For me, it's like the Energem and then the bracelet was what made like Tyler's outfit Tyler to me. Or red spandex, but you know.
How long were you in New Zealand?
I think I was in New Zealand for like a full month because I went early and I did a convention while I was out there. Really cool. I got to meet Tom Welling from Smallville, Nicholas Hoult, a bunch of other cool people from Lucifer, and what other shows? I can't even remember, but it was really cool. So I went to a different part of New Zealand to do the convention, and then I hung around a bit, and then filmed, and then stayed even longer for a little bit because you don't go to New Zealand very often. So I wanted to make the most of it, but I think filming took about 2 weeks. So maybe I was there a month and a half. I don't know. Huge Smallville fan. When I wrote the backstory for Tyler, I actually chose Tom Welling's portrayal of Clark Kent, Superman, as part of my inspiration for how to portray Tyler. Him, Jason Font, who played Wes, Time Force Red, and then obviously my own energy and flair to it. But I actually have a journal where I wrote down like what I wanted my character to be like, and those two were huge in shaping Tyler. So this place we're in right now, if you've seen the picture on my Instagram where we're all holding our Dino Chargers kind of like in a square, this is the room we filmed it in, or took a picture in. All right, so we did bring the weapons, but I feel like we're going to be double-crossed, because that seems like a villainous thing to do.
Thank you, Rangers. You've made my day.
Oh, look at that.
Now give us Keeper.
You tell him.
That was our deal.
Double red. Snide has a point. A bad point, but it's still a point.
Move aside, Keeper. You're not going anywhere.
But couldn't we just say, no, Keeper, come to us, because the caller's not recognizing anyone's particular voice. Whatever. All right, time to fight! There it is. Hit that with fire. So this is still the stock footage of us morphing from when we did Dino Charge. We didn't reshoot this part, so you can tell our hair is a little different in that. Oh, I love saying that line. The person who did our ADR, so the dubbing session for this, was like, wow, you guys have done this before, like to me and Davi specifically, because he liked our energy, because we brought the heat. I mean, we've done it before. And just as I said, we did it before. We beat Snide before, too. So, yeah. There we go. Extra team. So, they did come back to voice themselves. They just couldn't come to New Zealand due to work. I want to say some of this is now Japanese footage again. Usually, you can tell, like, the Kyoryuger costumes versus Dino Charge are shinier. So, there's, like, a shimmer to these suits versus ours. Like, especially with Davi's. So, Gold Ranger is way shinier if it's Japanese footage than when it's American footage, New Zealand footage. Those boxes are fake usually. When they hit them, like they're soft. T-Rex Supercharge mode is amazing because in the Japanese version it's known as Carnival mode, and since I'm a circus performer, it just like connects to me even deeper. So the ADR session I think for both episodes took maybe 2.5, 3 hours. I mean, it depends on what character, because different characters obviously have more lines in the suits than others. So I think it took me 2.5 to 3 hours or so. So yeah, those are fake boxes and barrels and whatnot. So they're softer for the stunt performers to hit. So Sledge was usually played by my stunt double on Dino Charge, but he wasn't working anymore in Beast Morphers because I believe he moved to America to do stunts out here. So I don't know who was in Sledge's suit at that particular point. Can't remember. Get him, Steel. So again, the Megazord stuff is Japanese footage primarily. Although the cockpit footage is reshot a lot of the time. Like all of Dino Charge's cockpit footage was new. I don't know about Beast Morphers though. I remember when we were in that warehouse just waiting to like shoot our scenes, I always like to learn Japanese from the stunt doubles because the Alpha Stunts team is from Japan. They have New Zealand doubles as well, I mean stunt performers. But the Japanese team, obviously, they speak Japanese. So, Nihongo de nante yuno means how do you say in Japanese. And so I said, how do you say I love handstands? Since watashi wa toritsu ga suki, apparently. So, hi. I have a bunch of behind the scenes footage and pictures that I want to post on social media as well once this episode is fully out in America, and I know I won't get in trouble for releasing things. But that's why I waited to do this React video, even though it's already out in Australia. I didn't want to react to it until it was out in America. I mean, I wanted to, but I didn't want to get in trouble for it, so I waited. All right, back to us. That was probably a mini tramp that Shelby jumped over, Pink Ranger. Oh, look! Bad guys. It's true. Coda has a point. So this is American footage. You can see the suits aren't quite as shiny anymore. And Keeper is just chilling in the corner. Obviously, if there's Keeper, it's American footage because Keeper wasn't in Kyoryuger. So right now, there's not really much to comment on. It's just watch the fight because it's cool. Those are fun to do. That type of backflip where you fall and catch yourself. We're getting wrecked right now. Hong Kong. That's the twisty thing when you fall like that. I'm always impressed that the suits don't get more damage than they do. I mean, even though we have wardrobe fix them, they seem to be in pretty good shape most of the time anyway. Yay, extra backup! So they got back up, then we got back up. It's true. So I put on that Dino Supercharged piece before, the plasticky looking armor thing. It's pretty heavy actually, because there's a picture somewhere, I gotta find it. But I put it on just without a suit on, like just me in normal clothes, and it looks kind of weird if you don't have the suit on under it, but we do have our own responsibilities at home because we brought dinosaurs back to life, and we run a zoo that is now not a zoo, or it was a museum that was now a zoo or something? Yeah, it's now a zoo with dinosaurs. So obviously when they make the portal, there's not an actual portal there. We have to jump just to showcase that we're jumping into things. So sometimes they put like a little ledge for us to hop over so we all look like we're jumping the same height. In Keeper, they do a mix of practical effects with the mouth moving with like a puppeteer, usually hiding out in the corner with a little pump that moves the mouth, but then the eyes are digitized. Keeper just wanted to show that he's cool and teleport. He could have jumped through the portal with us. Plus, we haven't even seen Dino Thunder or Mighty Morphin yet. But this episode was cool because it was like just Dino Charge and Beast Morphers. But that's it for the Team Up episode part 1. So if you guys liked it, then like it physically, like go on YouTube and like it, comment, subscribe. Maybe think about joining the Patreon because that helps us make these videos, because whenever we do the reviews, they get hit with copyright things and we can't monetize the videos. So, money helps us continue to produce them. So that's pretty much all for this one, and we'll catch you guys next time, which will be like in a moment because I'm just going to do the next one right now, because I'm already here. So